Hello and welcome to Casting Rolls, a persistent D&D campaign paid by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to reach out to the show, you can find us on social media. We're on Twitter at Casting Rolls and on Facebook at Casting Rolls ILM. Our videos are uploaded on Friday on YouTube, and we occasionally stream on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. We are short one... Which side am I on? One Abel for the part of the evening tonight, but he'll be joining us a little bit later. But with no other announcements, we'll go ahead and start the show. So, ticket takers. After the battle.
I love when you say it.
I know. And Sully's like, hello. I was lying on the couch, but now I'm here.
It does summon the dog.
It does. Every time. So, ticket takers, after your Battle of Feldspar aboard the airship, bringing together many of the disparate groups and organizations, all clashing into one space, you managed to take down the leaders of the Scaled Fold. However, in the process, witnessing the arrest of Yorian at the hands of the Riskbreakers and the attempted arrest of Juridan, who then revealed themselves to be the long-lost Ambriel Windsor of Windsor House, one of the patrician families. A interesting afternoon of Juridan being under house arrest, basically, at the Mystarial Springs led to a lot of revelations and conversations, as well as some plotting of next steps. Over the course of the afternoon, Source decided that he was going to take the threat to the Scaled Fold themselves and kind of say, your leaders are gone, you should leave. And with Kaimana trudged across town, only to discover that the Scaled Fold had already vacated the premises, being rudderless with their leadership gone. And the notification from a mysterious cloud giantess that the approaching cloud was on its way, and they wanted to be ready to leave with it. Upon exiting from the church, where you found Fiora, the temple maiden of the temple of the 8 gods there, you did see a distant cloud slowly approaching on the horizon. Very difficult to tell at distance how far away it is or how fast it's moving, but it was seeming to approach Feldspar. Now, Source, is there anything you wanted to do on your way back, or do you want to jump to your return to Mystarial Springs?
Let's jump to the return unless Kaimana has something.
Come on.
I don't have anything.
Okay. All right. So, about an hour has passed for everyone at the Mystarial Springs when Source returns, and Juridan may or may not still be under the covers sipping wine, with Abel and Marlowe close by providing some emotional and moral support. But you're all there.
When we get to the springs, I'm going to tell the priestess that while the situation is desperate with our friend, I think an hour wait won't be an issue for her. Okay. If she wants to get her to actually take a bath and get cleaned up, because she hasn't in
a while.
in a while. So, and I let her know where we will be, and then proceed on from there.
One of the hostess of the Mystarial Springs guides her to a room, and then gives her access to one of the private bathing areas. But you are now, she'll join you, and you kind of point out where you guys are. So she'll join you when she's completed with that.
I turn to Jury. What if I only have an hour left?
I don't think that's accurate. I think you'll be okay.
But you don't know.
Well, then you might as well take a nap. I don't know.
Sleep away last hour.
I did this before we got to you. So this was not in front of you.
Oh no, I made a joke. Mark said this completely impromptu. Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A separate conversation.
This episode just becomes the like bucket list for Marlowe episode, where it's like, we need to help our friend complete their bucket list.
Oh my god.
Oh god. All right, how many women are in this town?
And Zell's right next
We're
door.
gonna need a bunch of women and a bunch of swords, and we're good to fucking go.
A bunch of swords.
Jesus Christ.
All right, but you are all reconjoined, and the evening sun is setting on the horizon. So,
As we walk in, I say, I have some good news, some potentially great news, and then some very disturbing bad news.
Soros, I don't think I could handle a single bad news thing currently in my state. So you're going to tell us the good news, and then I'm going to put my hands over my ears, and then you can tell everyone else the bad news.
Well, it's not urgent bad news.
No, I don't want to hear any of it. I had a really bad time. Very bad, no good time. And so I'm so fragile and can take no criticism and no bad things. No.
Okay.
So tell me the good things.
Good news is the scalefold has left before we even got there.
Great.
So unfortunately, I was not able to detonate the flaming skull in their midst. But good news is they're gone. Potentially great news, in searching the temple, we discovered the high priestess had been kept locked up. We have brought her back with us. She is bathing and refreshing because she's been locked in that room for the entire time. But there is a chance that they can do something for Marlowe.
Amazing news. This is great.
Soros, my wingman. Amazing.
Yep. Okay. And 1 second, and I like cover my ears, and I'm like, go ahead.
I tell about the giantess's words and the fact that the air castle that we've been hearing about seems to be coming this way with the intent of destroying Feldspar.
Shit, I couldn't help myself. That's horrible.
That sounds bad.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, it does.
Are we gonna do anything about that? Are we just gonna...
Well, we have to evacuate the people still left in the city, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, we've got an airship. We could fly to it before it gets here and see if there's anything we can do.
Could we magnify a spell using all of the quicksilver on the other airship and make it like a flying bomb?
Ooh.
I don't think we should attack that. Just throwing it out there.
What if we
Maybe we
they
don't fight
drop the bomb, but we do like a boomerang spell. I don't know how magic works, so you just like throw it back at them.
I just pat
Like
you on the head.
volleyball.
Yeah, Abel is like, I'm not exactly sure how that would look, Motto.
It's not.
Well, you figure it out then, Abel. You're the inventor.
Maybe something that could generate a shield over the city.
Well, we don't know how the quicksilver works, and we don't have enough time to experiment with it. I mean, that would take a lot of resources and a lot of time and a lot of spell slots.
I think this came up earlier, I think from one of Abel's roles, and I assume that he would have shared it with all of you, is that the amplification of using Quicksilver with a spell is incorporating it into the sigil that's being drawn, and that does take time.
It takes a long time to draw a big citywide sigil, especially. So I don't think that's plausible. I think we need to get people out of the
I
city.
have an idea.
I'm scared, but tell me.
Broadfield. Put people there, but whisper in their ear, hey, really good bun place, not too far from here. Lots of customers because a whole town evacuated. Refugees buy buns. Profit.
Are you doing an ad for someone right now? What are you
Yes.
advertising for a bun?
Grassroots
Are you-
marketing
are
is
you
the
guys-
best way to do that.
Are you guys sponsored by some kind of bun company?
The buns are really good.
It's really good.
They're really good.
I can't believe I'm just not finding out about this.
Oh, I forgot Jordan's never met Muriel.
No, I've never been there.
Wait, did we actually take the time to hang a banner or write a sign on the side of the airship?
We haven't done it.
It was
yet.
your plan, yeah.
Which is why I doubled.
But I have a plan.
But
I
listen,
wouldn't remember the plan,
Ace
but there is a plan.
obsessed with the fucking buns. Okay, listen, I love them and everything about them, but Jerry has no idea what you're talking about.
It's why we fight.
So she can divorce her husband.
Menorah.
That's why. So she can leave her deadbeat husband and pursue her dreams.
So you're telling me you guys are sponsored by divorce buns?
No,
divorce
it hasn't
buns
happened
company?
yet.
No. It's not so much sponsored as inspired by.
How many buns does she have to sell before she can get divorced? That's so sad.
It's more of a matter of persuading her to go through with it. You would be very handy for that.
Why? Because
You
my
could probably-
parents are divorced. Is
Oh
that
my
what you're
god! Can you seduce her away from her husband?
saying? I can't seduce anyone.
With, like,
Obviously, you just
affection.
saw how my ex-boyfriend situation just
I meant like
went.
with friendship, but
No,
yeah.
I'm
Like how you
horrible at
seduced
that.
us to be your friends.
I seduced you into friendship.
Yes.
Jerry just starts crying.
Just start patting you on the head. I don't know why you're crying.
You're like, you did great. Why are you crying?
But the buns are really good.
I'm sure they're great.
Should definitely try one.
I'll buy as many buns as she needs to divorce her husband.
I bet it would only take like 3 or 4 to forget Yorian.
Oh, don't even talk about it. Starts to cry. Seriously.
Oh, that was cruel, Atwood.
Yeah. Oh, was Kaimana even present for the Yorian conversation, or had you guys already
No,
left?
it was-
Oh, okay.
wait.
Oh,
I didn't know if you'd already
No,
left.
you're gone. But you know.
Which-
Yeah,
I
it was
remember
me,
which part.
Abel, and
But
Drake.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know I talked to him.
Yeah.
I'm all fucked up. When you came back in, I'm sure the lines were drawn there.
Well, Kaimana is also ignorant as hell about that stuff.
So. Cool.
I just don't know the whether the people would want to leave, particularly after just taking their city back. I don't know that we
Well,
could persuade them.
Why don't we ask their mayor to tell them to leave? We have the mayor, and if the mayor says the city is safe to leave and that they should, they'll probably listen.
Or they could hide in the mines until after the bombing is done. Or they could give us all the soldiers, we load the boat up, and we go and take over the air castle.
Don't think they should hide in the quicksilver mines from bombs.
Well, the Quicksilver's way down deep.
Nope, Mar wouldn't remember this. Can I roll to remember something right
Yeah.
now?
Disadvantage, yeah.
Great. Just like straight intelligent.
Yeah.
Good. Better.
Ooh.
18.
You do.
Isn't like the air castle like exactly where Aramon is like right now? That seems like if we just roll up, like it's not gonna work because that's his like new lab. Remember?
And then we risk Armon having bad things.
You mean the Tide Bonds?
Don't! We're in the place. I'm like,
Well,
sorry.
even if we take the Quicksilver with us, that's
Bolton
pretty-
could
I
up
just
here.
told you by the shirt source, and I'm like, I think you just mouth it to me, and I just
Yeah.
lose my mind. What were you saying, Mar?
What?
What were you saying? You said Armon's coming here. That's very bad.
Aramon's coming here.
Why won't this day end? Why won't this day end? This one's too it keeps going. You're thinking it's over, and it's not over. When is that priestess getting here, Source? I thought you
After
said
she's bathed.
I was just
Trust me,
vague.
she deserved it, and she needed it.
Oh, okay. Sure. That's fine.
I point at my nose. Trust me. And I point at Marlowe. Because werewolves have good sense of smell.
Oh.
Why are we all pointing?
Because you're exceptional, Marlo.
Kaimana points at Marlo.
I point at you.
Kaimana's doing the...
Doing the office meme.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, Jury has like a smirk on their face a little bit, and they're like, hey Mar,
What?
do you have a crush on anyone?
What?
I'm just asking you a question. Between
I
friends.
take your hand.
Oh, weird, no.
Yuri,
Okay.
I've only known you a week.
Ew, no,
I've
not
nothing-
you. You're like my weird sister in situation type thing.
Uh-huh.
You're like distant family.
Yeah. I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, God, no. Mar, no. Not like you're bad or anything. No.
I mean, that's the sense I'm getting, but it's...
No. I just had a whole thing that was really bad, and I can't with no one, honestly. So I'm good.
What was your question?
Never mind.
Okay.
How fast does it take someone to take a bath? I'm just like, Tracy's just like, where is she?
Yeah. Well, your conversation, whether or not, if you have something else you guys want to talk about.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Well, I also bring up the giantess and convey everything she said. If you want to refresh us.
Yeah, she, the giantess, very maniacal in the way she was speaking to you, was talking about how she was looking for interesting things to take to her master's menagerie, and was hoping to take you along with him or with her, but was not able to charm you, and then said, well, you should leave before the destruction comes anyway, because the cloud is on its way. Yeah.
Sully.
So cute.
Soros, I probably should have you do this the other day. But make just a general intelligence check.
Natural 17.
Yeah, so there was something really interesting about her appearance. You've encountered a giantess before, and there was a lot of similarity in the garb, in the way that this woman was dressed, and the way that Lady Mizmira dresses in her giantess form. Yeah.
I was wondering if there's a connection. I'm like, we've met one before.
Mm-hmm.
I was there.
That very colorful, like almost like the best frame of reference I have is if you ever played Final Fantasy VI, the way Kefka dresses, but it's like clownish garb, but like Japanese clownish garb, so not like, so just like, you know, really colorful swaths of fabric, almost like patchwork. But yeah. And a very similar mask to the mask that Lady Mizmira has.
Did we get her name?
She did not give you her name.
Should have asked.
Can't believe she tried to steal you.
It would have been okay. She wouldn't have gotten me no matter what. Because monks have stillness of mind.
That's true.
Even if I failed the save, I still would have been able to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's very comforting.
No one is going to put me back in the cage.
I would kill them. And I just smile at you.
Thank
It's
you.
a little too unhinged.
I really
Sorry.
appreciate that.
Soros,
Yes, Marlo?
do you still remember your time, like, being a rat in a cage?
Some of it. Distant flashes. Things were much bigger. Also was mainly concerned with eating.
Do you sometimes feel like, despite all your rage, you're still just a rat in a cage?
Oh my god!
All right, kick Jason the call.
I've been holding on to that joke since we started the campaign, waiting for my moment.
That was Atwood-esque, and it's.
It was great.
I saw it coming too.
There's a gentle knock at the door. Yeah.
Enter, I guess. I don't know. What do you say?
And you all see, dressed in a very simple white tunic, long, grayish, black flaxen hair, or no, flaxen means blonde, flat, like just drooping hair, an elven figure. Soros, you immediately recognize the figure of Fiora. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Soros,
Please.
this one of your friends is here.
Yes, and this is Marlowe.
Hi.
Oh, hello. I hear...
Marlowe is a werewolf, and she took quicksilver to the face, which is affecting her brain.
Soros.
Oh.
She had to know if she's going to fix you. She didn't want her to do something thinking you're a normal person, and then that makes it worse. She won't tell.
I'm a normal person.
Totally
Said
not.
that.
You're great. You're great,
Yeah.
Marlo. Pat you.
Jordan, this one's yours.
Are you werewolf by birth? Is that the curse that I'm alleviating?
No, I got.
Oh, I do not have the ability to release such a curse.
Oh no, that's not what we're worried about. It's
No, it's the brain
Actually, if you
poisoning.
could do some research on that and get back to me, that's more important, I think.
It's the brain poisoning is the most important thing.
I will be happy to take a look, if you would please. Could we have the bed for you to lay down?
Absolutely. I'm gonna go step in the hot spring.
All right. So Marlo, she kind of motions for you to lay on the bed.
I do that.
And she kind of begins to weave her hands above you, and you see these like tendrils of white light just drifting off of the candles and out of her holy symbol, and they begin to kind of converge over you, and she weaves them almost as a thread across your body up into the air, and then she slowly lowers it, and it kind of hits you and sinks into your body, and her eyes flash white for a second. Yes. Oh, this is a deep-seated poison. I do have the ability to heal, but I would need some components. Would you happen to have any diamonds?
Do we happen to
we
have
look
any
at
diamonds?
Abel.
Is the bag of holding stuffed with like? I remember we grabbed a bunch of components from the little demi-plane.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably have. It's 100 gold worth of diamond dust, so you would probably have that.
Ah, okay. So look through the bag of holding for a little container of diamond dust.
There are diamonds, but they can be crushed. Is it anybody? Well, you've been doing some research, so you'd be the best at potentially crushing it, Abel. Yeah, make a intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus to it.
Should I roll on D&D Beyond? No.
No, roll the dice.
I'm gonna use
Lay dice.
Jason's dice.
Yeah.
It was so kind
To help
get-
Mar, you will roll the Mar gift.
Yes,
card.
exactly. 17 plus.
Told you. Every time.
7 plus 3, so 20.
Good. So you are able to imbue your magical tools with the right essence in order to crush the 100 gold of diamonds. So wherever you are keeping track of your gems, just subtract 100 gold of value from the gems. And you hand them over to her. And for a moment, she kind of like points at 2 points of your body up above Mar, like around your head and then towards your belly button. And she makes a pulling motion, and that weave of light energy rises up to her hand. And she takes the dust and she begins to sprinkle it along the light. And you see the moment it intersects with the light, it almost turns into small blinking stars that kind of float in the essence of this weave. And as her eyes go white and she releases this incantation into you, the light travels down into the center of your being, and all of you watch as Mar kind of lights up a little bit, and the light spreads down to the tips of her fingers and to her toes, and then finally coalesces towards her head. And then Mar's eyes go white and begin to glow and shine, and you slowly start to see these little small globules of essence leaving Mar's body and then drifting into the air and coalescing into this sphere of floating quicksilver in the air. And then finally the spell begins to fade. She reaches out, palms the quicksilver, and then kind of takes a breath. I believe that will have handled the problem. Would anybody like the source of the curse?
I'm sure Abel has a container that it can be put in.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'll grab like a little glass container and just put her deposit into
she carefully funnels it into the vial for you. So you have a vial of quicksilver.
Ooh.
How am I feeling?
You feel tired, but the fog that was in your head begins to fade.
How are you feeling, Marlo?
Josh, do I remember what has happened?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please.
Nat 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
So the events of the last day slowly begin to kind of build up like a snowball in your head, and just like all of these memories are flooding in. And it's almost like you're remembering something that happened to another person, but there's this conjoining moment where they finally all smack into place, and it's like you're back with your full memory in place.
I remember nothing.
You don't remember anything?
No.
No, Mar, we had moments. That's fine, we'll just have them again.
Well, this has been great. Goodbye. I leave the room.
Mar, wait, no, where are you going?
Hello. Yes.
This has been a lot, and
Yeah,
I'm going
have your
to
space.
not be here.
You're gonna come back though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. I turned
That's
to
fine.
Priestess. Thank you.
Absolutely. The blessings of the Eight upon you.
Cool.
Do we pay the priestess for her services?
No, please. It is part of my sex order to give unto you as a way of paying homage to the gods. I said sex? 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 It's the worst word. It's the worst word. Sect.
It was me.
SECTS.
It's the worst word
I'm
on
a child.
earth.
It's like a domino.
She leaves the room.
Because I'll clock it first, and then I'll break if someone else breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about it, but I didn't.
Lord, I just saw it travel around the window.
Ronnie started grinning so fierce.
I can't control my face.
I'd like to just go be in the hot springs.
Okay, and Fiora leaves to go eat. So,
Thank you, viewer.
and she bows and exits.
Stressful day.
Abel, I have a couple of things that were recovered in the fight that may or may not be. One of them definitely is magic, but the other may or may not be.
Okay. We can take a few moments and see if we can identify them. So
I lay out the skeletal holy symbol.
Okay.
The wand I recovered.
Mm-hmm.
The draconic bracer and the dragon bone glaive.
Okay. Yes. The after you spend some time identifying them each, the bracer is magical. It's identical to the bracer that you currently are wearing. So giving somebody with not attunement slot needed the ability to speak and understand Draconic.
okay.
The wand is a wand of wonder.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is, I don't think requires attunement. Let me just double check. It does require attunement by a spellcaster, has 7 charges, and it's almost like a wild magic type wand. When you use it, you roll on a table and a random effect appears. And some of them can be really powerful, some of them can be,
Nothing.
It's wild magic.
It's
it could be a
super wild magic.
It could be a tuft of feathers.
Yeah. Then the holy symbol is not magical, but as you're studying it, identifying it, you recognize that it is a bastardization of Mystariel's symbol. That they've taken the eye symbol of Mystariel and replaced it with a lizard's eye, like a dragon's eye. So it's almost as if whoever this person was worshipping is trying to replace Mystariel as the god of knowledge and intelligence and magic. And what was the final item?
The Dragonbone Glaive.
The Dragonbone Glaive is magical. It requires attunement. It's a +2 glaive, and it has the ability to be animated if you speak the word, but it is a draconic word, so you have to be able to speak draconic.
You had a pretty good horde here.
Oh, sorry. It can also be its other abilities. It's a flame tongue weapon, so it can be activated it can cause additional fire damage as well.
I would say the holy symbol, I would melt this down. This is an affront to Mystariel, who is the god that I follow. This is really just an affront to anyone who follows Mystariel. But everything else seems to be useful.
So we have the 2 bracers that do not require attunement that let you speak and understand Draconic.
Yes.
Who should get those?
I think we should just maybe save those.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I was thinking that, if you're not wearing anything else, just throw one on so that if it ever comes up, you're prepared. Or just keeping them in the back.
You said they don't require attunement?
They do not. I apologize, I misspoke. It's Metasansi, but yeah, not Mystariel.
Oh, well, still.
Yeah.
But no, they don't.
Nope.
Well, I'll put a draconic bracer on. Why not?
Yeah.
Can always speak another language. I actually don't speak that many languages, so that's helpful.
Yeah, that's what my thing. I needed an extra language.
And y'all 2 do make the most sense. Because if someone's going to schmooze in Draconic, it needs to be Fury.
He's going to be Ish.
And we're going to melt down. What were the holy? Was there any value in the metal and the skeletal, the holy symbols?
It is made of platinum. It would probably be the equivalent of 2 platinum coins worth of metal.
Okay, we'll melt them down.
2 plats, 2 plat.
Mm-hmm.
Abel can do that with his little chemistry set, or Kamana can.
Yep.
Excuse me. Yeah, so it was a pretty productive day.
Mm-hmm.
We got our Marlowe back, and
Even though she's a little indisposed at the moment.
Who would be the best to have the Wand of Wonder?
Anyone but Kaimana.
Well, Kaimana, Abel, and Jordan are the only ones that can wield it.
Yeah.
What does it do?
oh, you have to be a spellcaster?
Yes, attunement by a spellcaster.
Oh, I don't want to tune it too much more. Well, I do have a headband of intellect that is really just not even giving me that much of a boost. I don't want a random wand. I don't want random magic.
Kaimana makes grabbies for the wand.
I let him have it.
Wand of Wonder, you said?
Wand of Wonder. Yeah, so some of the random effects, like it can cast slow, fairy fire. It can stun you.
Until you start your
Yeah,
next.
gust of wind, detect thoughts, stinking cloud. It can just make rain start falling.
Oh, so roll a D100. And
Yeah, it can summon like a rhinoceros or an elephant, a lightning bolt, butterflies just appear out of nowhere. 600 oversized butterflies.
Okay, how could you
that could be.
this is not like the perfect Kaimana magical
That's
item?
why I gave it to you.
Yeah.
When you get down to like
I know, I can't
randomly
stop
cast fireball, that could be a
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those. It's like we got a Hail Mary. What's the worst that could happen? You use the Wand of Wonder.
Yeah.
Just like it's do the TikTok meme where it's like Kaimana, like the boy who lived to die.
The wand chooses the wielder.
All right, that was your one allotted Harry Potter joke, and
No more Harry Potter
Yes.
jokes. All right.
And the glaive, I don't know that any of us can use it, so that might be something worth selling when we get the chance.
Yeah.
Is it metal? Is it a metal glaive?
No, it is the
Dragon.
handle is wooden and the head of the glaive is made of dragon bone.
Shoot, I might be able to use it.
Okay, if you can
heavy
use
two-handed.
heavy two-handed martial weapon.
I just picture Kaimana with this thing.
I don't think druids have the
No.
ability to use martial weapons. Yeah.
I would need another proficiency to do it, but
Yeah,
because it's not metal, I could use it
Yeah.
if I had the proficiency.
I think Marlowe's the only one maybe with the. Do you have martial weapon proficiency, Marlowe?
I do.
Yeah, so Marlowe would be the only one right now who could wield it.
Was it magical? I'm
Yes,
not
it was
on the
magical,
series.
+2 flame tongue, and you can animate it so that it floats
Yeah.
and attacks on its own.
Ooh.
So it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That's OP as hell.
Yeah.
Can we give it to a cool NPC?
Yeah. I mean, right now Ogon could wield it. Laura could wield it.
Oh, Laura.
Trying to think who else that you guys have encountered, but yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, Bolton Coon could wield it.
No
We're not
presents.
giving anything but
We're not giving Bolton Coon the time of day. Let me
No
tell
No
you.
presents for that man. We don't stand. We don't like him.
Exactly.
Bolton Coon is canceled.
I'll say it.
He's just in the other room right now, going, "What's happened to all my Twitter followers?"
I just had a vision.
Hashtag Bolton Coon is over party.
Oh my god.
I just had a vision of Marlowe animating the dragon bone and then going to town with their rapiers.
Yeah, that's the beauty of that weapon.
Oh, wow. How long does it say animated?
1 minute.
Okay, that's really good. It's not bad.
So getting an extra attack in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I can't use heavy weapons. I don't have
Oh, right.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have enough strength.
So I'd only be able to I think
You could
activate
animate it,
and
yeah.
then- yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking would be best, because you're much better with your rapiers because they're dexterity
Mhm.
weapons. But basically, have it there just as a staff, and first round animate, and then do your rule thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
The only thing about to get the full effect, it takes 2 rounds because you have to if you want the flame tongue and the animation,
You have to use a bonus action.
it's a
for
bonus
2
action.
rounds?
Yeah, it's a bonus action for flame tongue, and then it's a bonus action to animate.
I gotta do blood hunter shit.
Yeah.
I'm about to level
Yeah.
up as a rogue, so I'm gonna need those bonus actions.
Yes.
It's probably
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah.
Well, we go back to the sell it plan.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
probably will not use it much.
Yeah.
I'm sure perhaps, what is it, Penelope from the...
It would probably sell for a lot. Yeah.
Maybe she would be interested in an item like this, or we could go back to... Where did we go when they cut those Zephyrsite for us the first time?
The bazaar in Hightower. The Silk Bazaar.
Or we could have it as a trophy in the Adventurers Guild. Hang it on the wall.
That's a good point as well.
I want to see what this guild looks
Bro, we
like.
could give it to the
Oh, it is a
barbarian.
wondrous place.
Tavik could absolutely. Well, yeah, Tavik could wear it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Who could?
You
Tavik.
sold that.
So your
The-
guild is nice?
It's
very new.
It's very new. Interesting.
New construction.
What a shock.
It's the Golden Ass Tavern.
It's called what? It's called what? You need to say it again?
You heard correctly, yes.
The Golden Ass Tavern.
Okay. Is this a lie?
Like
Are
a
you
donkey.
lying? That's what it's
100%
called.
accurate.
Yep, gilded ass.
Is this like an elaborate?
Gilded ass.
Yeah.
Gilded ass.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this like an elaborate?
Because that's so
prank?
much better.
Very, like a very elaborate prank to ruin my life. Because it'd be nice, like we could laugh at this point about it. It was all.
No. I'm quite serious. It's the Gilded Ass Tavern.
I don't know if that's better. Okay.
Kaimana's got like some of the
So
merchandise stashed away in his back.
he's got a coaster.
Yeah, he's got like the coaster and
The little cones, the beer cones.
A milk glass.
No, the bottle cap. Oh, okay.
I think you all have milk steins from there. Yep.
Jerry's sitting there drinking wine out of the gilded ass milk stein. So they
Every
serve.
member gets a
They
milk
serve.
pie.
They serve milk.
We've never had anyone
the
perform there.
steins?
You could be our debut performance.
Ooh.
I don't really like performing for that reason. Could we like do it as like a recruitment performance?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I feel better about it. But I don't like performing for like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, most of the people of Hightower are working class. So figure your Vox Populi background. And we do have a member of Vox Populi on staff.
Oh, that's so awkward. Why would you tell me that? That's so awkward. No.
Yeah. Did you say their name?
Yes.
You know Jane, Jury. Jane's from the Rift.
Oh.
You would have met Jane. Yeah.
Okay. Jane will be there. Cool.
She's super sweet.
Oh, that makes it worse almost. She was mean. Jane is lovely. Very lovely person. So, are we gonna tell Bolton about this giantess threatening thing?
We probably should.
Yes.
We should tell him now, right? To make sure.
We probably should.
Should we see if Mars done?
Marla,
We
are
probably
you-
shouldn't.
I like see if I can see Mar in one of the springs.
Did you go to one of the private springs, Mar? Or did you go to the one that open springs?
Private?
Okay.
What a question.
Yeah, so
Josh.
Mar went to a very. You look out onto the public
That's separate
springs.
from the bed.
Yeah, every room has their own like private like ryokan, whereas and then there's the public springs area, and you look out at the public springs, and Mar is not at any of them.
Yeah,
Can't even message her.
give us some time to get ourselves together.
Kaimana's gonna go out to the room's private one.
To
There are a
get
few,
in
right?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
like 10. Yep. Right, so Kaimana goes to a
okay.
room, finds an empty room, and then it's a raised wooden tub, probably built 2 feet off the ground, but then dips deeper into the ground, and there's a spigot that you can turn on, and the hot, fresh spring water pours out into the.
Mar is
The
laying on the bottom of the water,
Yeah.
just staring up at the ceiling. I can breathe
Oh,
underwater.
yeah, that's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
I can
I'm
breathe
not at the
underwater.
same
That's
one,
what
right?
I'm doing.
No, yeah. I would imagine Mar would have locked the door behind them. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I'll fill mine up and float.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's so nice that Kaimana left, and I'm
Oh, doing the
emotionally
little
compromised.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's up to Abel, Saurus, and Juridan if they're going to talk to Bolton.
Well, I mean, why would he just leave? I'm so emotional right now.
Why don't you stay here and I'll go tell Bolton, and Abel, you can flee if you need to, or you can go with me, or you can stay here with Jordan.
I'll stay with Julia.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, but when you talk to Bolton, you have to make it a priority that the townspeople get evacuated. That is vastly fucking important to this whole thing.
I understand.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
We think he would not prioritize the safety of the townspeople.
No, it's just like sometimes you guys forget the details a little bit. Maybe there's like a detail, like evacuating the townspeople.
Don't
It's just
forget
like,
the detail.
No, this is about us, not about him.
you don't forget details, Abel. Are you really thinking? Sometimes it's about you, Source, and you know what? Sometimes it's about all of you. All of you have done this. I've done it. I'm just saying.
Yes.
That's funny. It's like, no, I'm not worried about Bolton at all. It's you guys.
I'm trying to get a read on what Bolton's fucking doing here. And so I need you to ask this.
Okay.
All right. So the two of you exit. Jordan, there is also a bath in yours if you private bath.
Abel said that they were staying with Jury.
Oh, Abel's okay. So Soros.
Yeah,
Hi, Abel.
Soros saw everything with the giantess, and well, I did send an announcement. He saw everything.
You can go with Soros. I'm fine. I'm like totally chill. I'm like super cool. Emotionally stabilized. I'm so great.
Are you sure? I mean, look
at me.
We could sit in the bath and just talk about whatever.
Oh no, you should definitely go.
You
should go with Soros. You should go with him so much. You should go. Make sure you have, like talking to people skills.
I've spoken to people before. Yes, it's true.
Oh, yes. See, look, you're already qualified. You should definitely go with him.
I will go with Soros just because I feel that you want this alone time.
No, I desperately don't want to be alone right now, but I don't know what we would talk about at all. So I think you should go with him. Even less so.
You know who is a good listener? Anansi is a great listener. I'll let you
leave Anansi. Please leave him. Yes.
Yes, I'll let you and Anansi enjoy the bath, and I will go with Soros.
Anansi flies over and lands in your palm, Jury, and he just looks up at you and like lifts two of his little legs and does a little dance.
We have so much to talk about. I go in the bath and just put him on my head.
No.
And Abel can hear everything that Jury says to Anansi.
He's gonna report back like,
I don't know if I fully
this person
realize.
is a mess.
Listen, bitch, mess.
We don't need Anansi's report to know that.
All right. So Soros and Abel walk the short distance over to Bolton Coon's office. The door is open, and Bolton is sitting there, or he's standing over his desk looking at maps on his tabletop. And when when you appear in the doorway, he looks up. Oh, Abel and Soros, it's good to see you. What can I do for you?
So I have some good news and I have some horrible news.
No, all right.
Good news is the Skillfold have left, so they are no longer a factor.
Oh, it's good to know that those reports were accurate. Thank you.
Bad news, there's a giant floating air citadel that's coming this way that's aiming to destroy the town that I don't know anybody can do anything about.
And how...
If you've seen the cloud on the horizon.
We were aware of the cloud, yes.
Anyway, it's a giant floating citadel from the past. It's coming here, and it intends to destroy Feldspar.
How are you certain?
And then I tell him about the giantess.
Oh, okay. He kind of leans back. I imagine that means the return of our dragon friend.
I was going to say a Zulon thing. Azazel?
Azazel, yeah.
Okay, so are you mounting defenses or evacuating the city?
Well, the town does have very prominent defenses along the outer palisade. There are some ballista that could be manned in the event of a dragon assault or attack.
Will that be enough to defend against an ancient citadel?
If it's just the dragon, yes. If it's the citadel, no. But I'm not sure what its purpose would be here. There's, other than the quicksilver, there's nothing else in Feldspar that of any value.
Wasn't Azazel not part of the Scalefold effort to load the quicksilver onto the ships? Perhaps that is what he's come for.
It's hard to know exactly what his role in all of this was. He would fly in from far to the north. He would roost for a few days near the stockade and then fly off again. Don't know if he was just ferrying information or if he was overseeing things. We never got close enough to overhear any missives or conversations that they were having.
So do you think maybe your priestess friend may have overheard something from the Scalefold that would help us deduce why Azazel is still interested in Feldspar?
It is worth a shot.
Well, he said stockade, not the temple.
Well, wasn't she held captive by the Scalefold?
He was not at the temple. He was at the stockade,
Right,
which
but,
is where the.
but they could have talked about, hey, I just talked to the boss. They said they want us to do this.
Okay, yeah.
The secret gem hidden underneath the city's whatever is what he's after.
Yeah.
If that is not. Oh, also, perhaps we could investigate the stockade, since apparently the Scalefold have abandoned the city.
As I said, it is our intention to go before first light to the stockade and complete the expunging of the tidewaters from Feldspar.
Are you going to warn the citizens of the city that perhaps there's danger? Maybe some are willing to take up arms to defend their homes.
I think we could get the word out. The other citizens could, in general, if the town were to be under attack, they would go to the mines. It's a defensible position. But we would need some to volunteer to man the ballista, of course.
Perhaps you all should get the word out so those who need to flee can, and those who are able to help mount the defense will be able to begin that. How far away is the Cloud City? Did the giantess say source?
No, but you can see it on the horizon.
Yeah, it's not moving very quickly. It popped up in our communique from passing over the Rheingerod region about a week and a half ago. Then it was over Veltland about a week ago, so it's not traveling incredibly quickly.
About a week ago.
So by our current estimates, it's probably a day or so away.
Okay.
Perhaps tomorrow evening.
All right then, well, sounds like you have it well under control then.
Knowledge is not the same thing as control. We have no idea what its intentions are. We did communicate to her that there was a threat approaching. She is not the governmental oversight versus the defensive oversight of the city was not in her purview. The lawmaster.
Would that be the lawmaster?
Yes.
Yes, but if a retreat of the city is necessary, she would need to be there for the citizens.
Absolutely. She would probably go to the mines with those citizens who chose not to take up arms.
So it is just a matter of waiting then.
Perhaps if we could. There was a way to know what it wanted or what the purpose was. It might not be Azazel, I'm not sure, but that's just a gut instinct that I have.
What way would we be able to know what the purpose was or what they wanted?
I guess when it gets here.
Okay, well.
If it's Araman, maybe we should not be here.
That's a valid point. It's up to you, of course. I
feel as though Marlowe would have an opinion about
Jesus face.
We should get the whole group together and consult with them.
That would be our next step.
Yes.
I guess if the risk breakers are going to take the lead on letting the townspeople know, the ticket takers can get together and try to plan and see how we can best assist.
And we still need to get rid of the tide warders in the morning.
Yes. As I said,
and that damn fire floating head in my bag of holding.
I and Azazel will be heading to the stockade in the morning.
I think we definitely will be there with you.
Then I believe then I can allow the other members of the Risk Breakers to mount a defense and to take a plan in order of that. If I can depend on the ticket takers to back us up at the stockade.
Yes.
Yes, I believe that is our plan.
We'll be leaving before first light. You can meet us at the front entrance.
I feel like Jason's about to hold up a sign. Ask about the super secret entrance from the... Okay. We will convene with the rest of the group, Sordis, and take it from there.
Of course.
Take it from there.
I will see you all before first light then.
Good speaking.
Get some rest.
I'll head back. I'm checking in with Anansi and seeing how many secrets.
All right, so
Jerry is just sadly singing to themselves in the pool. I'm sorry, there've been no, but no, it's like Adele music.
yeah,
You know.
Take these
tracing
like,
pavements.
Yeah, it's like turning tables, but like sadly and a little drunkenly.
Yeah.
Hot.
Oh,
I sent you another message, Josh.
Is Marlowe still just at the bottom of the pool?
Mar probably would have gotten out by now, and I guess would be like heading back in the general direction of the route. Do I have to go by the public hot springs for this?
To go back to the jury's room?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the back of the public hot springs.
Cool. I look and I just kind of freeze when I see Jury.
Jury, did you go to the private? Did you go to the private one in your room?
Hell no, I'm in the fucking public one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
no.
Close enough to hurt me. I'm just still singing as I look at you. I like motion for you to join in the song.
No.
But you don't know the words to this one? This one's good.
No.
Okay, well, I'll play it for you later.
Okay.
It's a great bard. Adele, just cry every time.
Never heard of him.
Oh, she's amazing.
It's A''Dell.
Yes.
Adele.
Like
Adele.
Alan Adele,
Yeah.
except different.
Yeah, Adele, incredible. Let me, I like crawl out of the hot tub with a non-seat. I'm like, how you feeling about? We shouldn't talk about that. What do you want to talk about?
I would love not to do that.
Let's not talk about anything. That works for me.
Cool.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I would love to not talk about anything.
You
I go in the
seem like
room.
you're talking a lot, right? Okay.
Me? Oh, talking a lot. I don't ever talk a lot. I'm good. I'm like so
Right.
chill and fine, and everything's great.
Do you feel like you need to talk things out? So,
Nope. Nope. Talk too much. Fucked up everything in my life. I'm good. Sit down on the bed.
I don't think you.
Mm.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I think it is a direct like X plus Y equals Z kind of situation. But here we are.
You know, a lot of things may be going wrong right now, but
That's factually accurate. Like in the bed, like, yes.
it's
A lot
not.
is going wrong.
You know, we'll figure out the situation with your family.
Oh, that's horrific to think about, but yeah, we will.
Well, you have us. You don't have to go through it alone.
It just starts crying. That's so sweet. Are we gonna cuddle again? I like reach my arms out to you. Now is that over now? Yeah. Did like a little bit?
I put an arm around you.
Yay. Compromise.
Sully.
Oh, Sully.
She wants to come too.
Yes. She feels bad that you're so sad.
Oh.
I think we should all just long rest and just like sleep on everything and then talk in the morning.
Are you able
With,
to
like,
force back yet?
Yeah.
Mimosas.
You guys probably would have been
So-
walking by this.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about what we're doing tomorrow morning.
How did the conversation with Bolton go?
I relay what happened.
We discussed all of these
Hold on.
topics.
Hold on. No. You said Ahriman in front of Bolton, and he just knew who that was?
Did you say
extremely
Ahriman in
badly?
front of him?
You did. They did.
Did we?
Oh,
They did do that.
I might have
I
missed that.
did, but it just went right over Bolton's head.
He just, like, acknowledged it. So if that's, like, that was what was freaking me out.
So I will say, as a thing, I did not register that he said Ahriman. Yeah, Bolton did not respond to the usage of the name. Yeah.
Okay, then what I'm freaking out is about the fact that you said that. You just dropped that. You just dropped that really casually in front of him. That you dropped the name of a dragon that's been missing in the Vale for years.
Well, it may not be the only Ahriman. I mean,
Oh my god.
Soros,
Oh my God.
I gotta teach you some better stuff than that.
Soros, that's like enemy number 1. How do we drop name of the enemy number 1 to possibly enemy number, I don't know, but
Number 5 at this point. There's so many of them.
Ahriman's coming to blow up the city. He wants to defend it. So
we just want to say it again. We want to say it so many times.
I mean, he already said it once, so.
Sora's
What
being
if
like,
he's-
there's probably
what if
more
he's
than
part
one
of it?
Ostama.
Sorry to, we don't know who's tied to what.
Well, if he's part of it, he's really ill-informed about the situation if he's coming to blow up the
So
city.
I don't think he's
in
part
the
of it
city.
necessarily, but if he's going to go report back to people who are,
Yeah, Soros, I
That's
think that's
pretty bad.
submittable.
if Ahriman, we know about Ahriman, but like you said, Ahriman's a myth. He disappeared
I was about to
centuries
say,
ago.
people would have to believe Ahriman is, like, real, so.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he also just found out that Vox Populi, that he thought was a myth, was real. So maybe Bolton Coon's whole like world trajectory is fucking.
Oh, Vox Populi is also a lot of just people and not like a mythical
lot of dudes.
creature.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's one of those. My assumption is that he would assume that it's someone who has taken the mantle on, trying to recover the glories of the past, and not that it's the actual same one.
It's still bad. It's still a bad thing.
It is.
Then I won't mention it in front of him again.
Great.
If we think
It
about
already
it, we
happened.
were already suspicious of Bolton. So this is just a continuation of our
Paranoia?
guards up around him.
So
I'm
basically,
not paranoid. You guys are way too casual.
that,
I was distracted by this
True.
singing that Anansi was translating to our team.
In,
I
in, my,
didn't hear the words Ahriman. I am so sorry, Mark.
in my defense, I'm only 2.
Soros, you're.
I have
you're
not.
very
I have not
quick
had
to-
an entire lifetime of keeping closeted information like you have.
For
Yes.
future reference, let's try to avoid buzzwords around people, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna write down a list of
Raggedy.
buzzwords.
Oh,
for
I'm
you.
gonna contribute.
and
gonna
when,
be-
and we're just we can say it around each other,
Yup.
and we'll have
Please.
a list of people that we can say buzzwords around.
Please
And
give me
actually
that
write
list.
it down.
otherwise-
I don't want that list floating around.
Yeah, if you give me that list, it will be easy for me to not do that in the future.
I will do that.
Okay.
I really appreciate
I
that.
will do that.
Yes.
I start working on a list.
I can't wait for the handwritten list from Mar.
Exactly. Good help, right?
Yep.
Like, Kaimana's not on it.
I think there's not much we can do until tomorrow morning, basically, right?
Right.
I mean,
I agree. Yes.
We have to go get rid of the Tide Warders in the morning. We have committed to that.
yeah, I would love to like kick some ass right now. That sounds nice.
I would love to see you kick some ass right now. I think you deserve it, Jerry.
Thank you, Abel. That's so nice of you.
I try.
I hope you're
you
not the only
deserve-
option. Start
You deserve to commit assault.
Yeah.
You have to get some of those frustrations out.
So when's somebody gonna go grab Kaimana from sleeping in the tub and bring him
Is
to
this-
speed?
I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're gonna sleep, I mean,
Oh
very
no,
sad.
I'm gonna continue the time-old classic of picking up Kaimana out of the tub, swaddling him, and bringing him back to bed.
All right. So,
Yay.
are you all bedding down for the evening then?
are you all gonna sleep in my room?
You could be like, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. You know, we saw.
Y'all gonna sleep
together.
in one bed?
Yeah,
I've never watched that.
Ronnie, it's going to be just like that.
I've never read the book or watched the film.
It's
I just
great.
assumed they had a
Don't
sleepover
worry,
at some
we'll
point,
watch.
right?
We'll watch both movies together.
The point is, they're never together, Ronnie.
I assumed they had a sleepover.
They do. No, he's right. He's right. They have a sleepover at the beginning of the movie where they establish, wow, this pair of magical genes fits us all.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my
There was a
God.
sleepover at some point.
Yes, sure.
We're gonna give him credit for this one.
Did Jones
Right?
Hope Wooten write the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
No, it's too good.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen the second one, I think.
How big is this bed? Is this a bed?
It's like a king size bed. Yeah.
I could take the floor. It's not.
There are a lot of cushions and like there's a chaise lounge in here. There's a lot of places if you wanted to create comfy sleeping spaces for all of you.
Yeah. I'll just gather some pillows. I'll probably find like something to keep my hands busy while I fall asleep, like a little something to tinker on.
Mar, you should take the bed.
No, you take the bed.
No, you should. You were poisoned.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
And your heart was broken. You guys should share the bed.
What do you mean my heart was broken?
I mean, nothing. I did not.
Not what
mean
happened.
that. I just meant that you had a pretty rough day today, Jury. I think you should. You guys could share the bed.
It is the bed for me, technically, so. I might as well have one bed.
You know what? I'll fucking suck it up and go get another room. It's fine.
There you go.
All right.
The sleepover would be fun, but.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm not getting another room.
Okay.
I fucking knew you were gonna say I was like.
All right. So as you all bed down for the evening, Marlo goes out to get another room. So Marlo, where are you headed?
I know what's going on.
All right, everybody shut the fuck up.
Is that what's happening?
She's getting another room.
Yeah.
It's not under her name.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm gonna go politely find where Ansel is right now.
Ansel is currently sitting at the bar getting a drink.
Excellent. Then I will roll up to the bar next to Ansel.
Motto.
Hey, I'm sorry about earlier. I'm good. I'm good now.
You're good.
I'm healed.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness, I was concerned.
Yeah, we found the Saurus and Kaimana found the priestess. She got it.
Thankfully, I was concerned of, after healing you the first time, I realized that there was something much deeper. I'm glad that they were able to find somebody to help you.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I probably just was weird.
Well, I think that deserves a celebratory drink, does it not?
Absolutely.
She waves at the bartender, who places a similar drink to what Ansel's drinking in front of you.
So how did you end up doing what you do?
Well, let's just say when you are arrested and presented with an opportunity, joining the Riskbreakers was preferable to jail.
I know a thing or two about having to join a group out of choice and not out of preference.
Yes. Well, especially when the man who is now your mentor was the one who was putting you under arrest. But it's worked out.
It might be personal. No offense if you say no. Mind telling me what that was about?
Well, I grew up on the streets of Rheingerod, to the far north. My parents were both keepers of a small monastery there. I did not take very much after monastic life and kind of ran the streets a little bit. And kind of got in with the wrong crowd, a group of people that call themselves the Rogues. Ran away from home with them, traveled to Hightower, where I trafficked in robbing from wealthy people and saw myself as a right to do good at it. But I broke into the house of one of the avian leaders with a young proudness and boldness that surely I wouldn't be caught. Needless to say, their wards and traps were far beyond my abilities, and I found myself hanging upside down by my ankle in a trap in the center of a grand ballroom. Just a few hours later, I suppose, Bolton arrived and took me into custody. He was not quite the leader, as high in the risk breakers at the time, but I guess saw something in my young abilities and failed to report the crime when I made the agreement to join him.
Oh, my job would have me say something different, but it's kind of badass as hell.
Well, I appreciate it. It was quite a turnaround. In the last 10 years or so, I've found faith again, which is odd, considering how quickly I ran away from it from my parents. Which has opened a new door of abilities. And she kind of waves her hand and a beacon of light appears in her hand for a second and then floats into the air above her. And I've seen so much more of the world. But when you're on the underneath and you see the way things really are, it's hard to go back to a normal life. And this admits that there's something deeper that the rest of the world is just blind to.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
So how did you find yourself in the Order?
I was a dumbass and was in the wrong place at the wrong time on a full moon.
Oh, you're lucky that you did not get something worse.
Well, they took a liking to me.
A liking to you? I apologize. She downs her drink.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Thank you. I apologize. She waves for another drink that's placed in front of her. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's only been 2 years and I've already made rank and it seems odd.
I do not mean any disrespect. Is the Order of the Lycan struggling in the way that there are whispers of struggle?
Yeah. There are several ways I could interpret that question, and the answer is yes to all of them.
Interesting. The other orders won't say it, but they're also falling apart. And they are the front line. Aside from the risk breakers, they're the ones who protect from all of the dangers of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a time where I would have loved nothing more than to see them all go down. Harder when you're a part of it and you see what they actually do.
Isn't that the case? And she lifts up her glass to tink with yours.
Yeah.
It is a very, very strong, dark liquor. Just
hell yeah! She fucking gets it.
Wow. So what is your pre-battle ritual then?
Oh.
Since we are to be fighting together, I think, tomorrow.
Usually I draw blood from myself. I do blood magic.
Oh.
And then let that fall on the sword. That kind of gets me in the right headspace. And then, wolf out if I have to, but...
Well, I meant the night before.
Right. Yeah. No, that was good. That was good. Went. Ah.
That was beautiful.
I don't know what are yours?
Well, she downs a drink. I get right shit-faced. I say a prayer. And I find a beautiful woman to kiss.
Well, I'd be more than happy to join you.
Well then, to the mouth, shall we? She waves at the bar. We could be in a faded black tape.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just get away from that.
All right. So,
Listen, I get it. Hoes before bros. I understand.
all right.
Supportive.
So,
I had a bad day, gang.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
No, Marlo deserves it.
Mhm.
I just love the fact that it went screaming over her head, because that is appropriate for the socially
it was
awkward
beautiful.
Marlo.
That was great.
Incredible.
I knew what she was talking about. Mark didn't.
Yep.
No, that was well played, Jace. That was
Yes. Gorgeous. All right. So as you all settle down one way or the other for a night of rest, you do get a long rest for the evening. Around, 10 or so o'clock at night, Abel.
Oh no.
Oh.
Why do y'all let me forget about this?
He's
All
yours.
right.
He's your sugar daddy.
It's your
Sorry.
pet to deal with.
Yeah, Anansi alerts you that the darkness has returned to the chamber. And you awaken to find yourself in the dark cloud as it's beginning to slowly make its way out of Juridan's room.
Where am I to be going?
It is time to eat, isn't it?
I have a request.
Always.
We are planning on visiting the stockades tomorrow. If you could focus your attention there, but please try not to eat anyone who may be considered a prisoner or held against their will.
There was one in chains here, so succulently preserved.
That is one perhaps I would ask for you to avoid. Friend.
Yes, friend. The stockade, then.
Yes, there should be some Tidewater members there. Perhaps you could sow some chaos before we make our arrival when we do.
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
And it slowly drifts out into the open air and then up and out.
I just pull the covers closer around my
All right.
try to drift off into an uneasy sleep now.
All right. With taking a long rest, we'll go ahead and take a 5-minute break really quick and then come back.
Thank you, Five.
Thank you.
Thank you, Five.
So welcome back from the break. As you all get a good night's rest and awaken before dawn and begin to kind of gather yourselves. Is there anything you want to take care of before you all meet with Bolton and Enzo?
Were we going to question the priestess just to see if she knows anything?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that I leave.
You all wake up and Jury is like fully dressed and like hair nicely done. And
Yes,
they're like
queen.
working on something. You're like, oh, good morning. How are y'all doing today? How are you feeling?
Bounce
Are you
back.
feeling great?
You look very nice this morning.
Oh, thanks. Just, did the springs, maybe the glow. I mean, it feels like it's great for the skin.
Yeah, it's done wonders for you, I see.
Thank you. So what's the docket? What are we doing first? Where are we going? How are we doing this?
Well, just curious if you all thought it would benefit us to see if the priestess knows anything about the scale fold. Perhaps if she overheard anything during her captivity.
Yeah, we got a minute. We can squeeze that in to the schedule.
Oh, do I see any paraphernalia or trinkets left behind?
Yes. You awake and there is a coin purse sitting on your lap.
Okay. I'll take some time and look through it.
There is about 25 gold and 2 platinum.
Ooh. Does it have any markings or indications of who it belonged to?
The only thing that you can kind of find is that like the tie clasp is an anchor piece.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. I'll stuff it in my bag and keep it moving. I'll let the group know that perhaps Artax has gone ahead and maybe taken out one of the potential foes that we would have to face.
Is Mar here yet? Did you wake up early, or are you wherever?
I think Mar would try to rejoin the room at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So Mar walks in.
Hey,
Good morning.
you look good.
Thanks. Really put some effort in today.
I can tell, you look nice.
Thank you. So we're gonna go talk to the priestess, I guess.
Okay.
Let's go and do that.
All right, so you guys leave the room, and the priestess is actually in she's in the public area. You kind of see her at the back of the springs, and she's currently sitting cross-legged with her hands on her knees. Her eyes are closed, and she's kind of saying prayers or something as she sits near one of the springs.
I will go and sit respectfully in front of her a distance away.
Right. She senses your presence and she looks up. Oh. Good morning, Soris. How did you sleep last night?
Well, thank you. And yourself?
Oh, as well as I have in quite some time. Thank you so much for your help.
Yes, of course. And thank you for your help with Marlowe.
Is she doing well this morning?
Am I here?
Oh,
yeah, I point.
Yeah, she kind of turns. Oh, but you are on your feet. That's good.
Doing good.
Can I piece together any of what occurred the previous night?
With Mar?
Yeah.
Make an insight check.
Do I roll deception?
Yeah.
7.
No, you don't.
7. I was about to say you can't.
Yeah.
Mar can't roll low enough.
I think Mars.
I can, actually. Watch me.
Oh,
Can, yeah.
Oh no.
No, I don't think you have to roll.
No, I gotta... Oh, okay.
Because, I wasn't... I was not actively trying.
Yeah, he's just trying to see if there's anything, and rolling a 7, you don't pick up anything weird about the way Mars acting or behaving or anything. Yeah.
Slept in a separate bed.
Yep. I hear that there is much commotion around the estate today. Are you all heading into danger?
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I will say a prayer for all of you, for your safety.
And you know what you could also do for us? Do you have any information about the people who were holding you captive?
Oh.
Did you overhear anything interesting? Anything that could help us with this?
Specifically about the stockades?
They talked
or
about...
Or a flying citadel.
Or flying citadel, yes.
I don't think they
Dragons? Anything like that?
Dragons. Yes, they did talk about a dragon.
Okay.
They called him... it was blasphemy to do so. an Enochian, which is the term that we use to refer to the original 9 dragons as the messengers and avatars of the gods. And to call such a lesser being Enochian would be not accurate.
Did they call him by name?
Let me see. Azazel.
Okay. We have heard the name before. Do you know why Azazel may have been interested in the stockades?
I only heard him mention in the sense of ferrying communication, which is where the name comes from. Messengers and transcribers of the gods, Enochian.
That is interesting. And no mention of who he was ferrying messages to.
I'm sorry. No, it was only sometimes in passing they would have conversations in the church proper, but I did not overhear much.
Okay. Anything else that you all could think of that perhaps you want to ask before we leave?
Good.
Nope.
I bow very respectfully to her.
She makes a prayer motion in all of your directions as a form of blessing for you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Hold on one. You guys can.
Is that a bless bless or just a bless?
No, hold on. I'm just checking her spell list really quick.
Yeah, spells.
Give me that bless. Give me that +4.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, let me shuffle my spell list around.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and arrange your spells.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I might need that.
Not me. I'm just a silly little bard.
No.
My silly little spells that stay the same.
I just hit things.
And we so appreciate you for that.
Amen. Amen.
You know what, Sora's? Keep doing that.
I shall.
Okay. As she's sitting there, she says, I can only affect 3 of you. Are there any particular that might face the deepest threats of combat?
Kaimana kind of does this to Mark.
Yes.
No, it's true. It's true.
Perhaps.
Marsaurus and Kai.
Malosaurus and
Kaimana.
Kaimana, okay. If you 3 will gather, please, here. And she takes a moment and she begins to kind of trace a sigil in the air that has kind of 3 nodes. And she's... Oh, go ahead.
Wait. If you had Quicksilver, could you widen it to affect everyone?
Yes. It would take some time, probably 10 minutes or so.
We have
If you have the time, would you?
Do you have a violet Quicksilver?
Yeah.
From Marlowe's donation.
Okay. Oh, and so you...
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Rain. That feels
Well, we might as well use it for a
Yeah.
good purpose.
You do some good.
You
I'll
give
enter
it
the vial of
Okay.
Quicksilver.
You give it to her, and so she takes a moment and she scrubs the sigil out of the air, and she goes to a soft patch of dirt in the park area here, and she begins to draw the exact same sigil in the ground. And then she pours the Quicksilver through it. And then when she traces the spell again, you see the Quicksilver turn into a tracing of light that rushes around the sigil and begins to sparkle and shimmer. And then she kind of holds out her hands for all of you to kind of hold her hand. So two of you take her hands, and then you hold and complete a circle around the sigil. And then her eyes flash white for a moment, and then she, like, her hair kind of rises up, and you all feel this energy flow from her through you around the circle, and the sigil flashes up and then shimmers out, and those sparkles fly into each of you. Your maximum hit points are increased by 10 for the next 8 hours.
Ooh. How do I do that?
So does that mean ours automatically go up to fulfill that?
Yep.
Or would that only be with the healing?
Nope, they're all there. Yep.
Woohoo!
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, she casted it. She used a 4th level spell slot for it, so it goes up by to 10.
We thank her.
Thank you. I look forward to your safe return.
Thank you. We will let you go back to your prayers now.
I appreciate it. She kind of takes her seat back.
All right, let's go to Bolton.
All
Get
right.
ready to go.
So you guys make your way outside, and you see hood up for both of them, long dark cloaks. Although his great sword strapped over his cloak, Bolton and Anzel out front. Well, good morning, ticket takers. Shall we then?
We
Good
shall.
morning.
All right.
Yes.
And he starts making his way through. You can tell that he's moving stealthily. So if you want to join him in stealth, then you may.
Yeah, we'll do just that.
Nat 1.
Oh,
Which gives me a stealth of 9.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
19 on your stealth. There's no critical failure on
rolled a
ability
19.
rolls.
I love these dice.
I got a 15.
Pass without a trace plus 10.
Plus 10, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's what, plus 10 stealth. Where's my stealth?
The way I look at it is
30 on stealth. That's the only time I'll ever roll higher than Source on stuff.
35.
Yeah, oh, wow. So there's a moment where, like, Source is beginning to, like, he's starting to walk out, and he almost, like, bumps into something to knock it over, but Kamana finishes his cast, and it's like the shadows of the night kind of wrap around you, and it's almost like they slowly reach up and pull the vase that you almost knocked over back up onto its pedestal before they attach to you. So Kamana's casting saves you from the low roll. All right, so you guys make your way through. Bolton is taking points, so I'll have him roll perception if anybody else would also like to roll perception.
I will roll it.
Okay.
That's 25.
Nice. Okay. So you're kind of not far behind Bolton and Enzo.
Yeah.
And you make your way through familiar streets from Marlowe and Juridan back to the outer edges of the stockade. And they get to a alleyway that overlooks the stockade, and he's kind of peering around. Huh. I guess the reports were accurate. Not a lot of movement, do you see? And you do notice that there's no people on the outer perimeter. Like, you guys remember seeing 3 or 4 guards standing atop the stockades. There's no guards posted at the front entrance.
how tall is the wall?
They're 15 feet.
I'm going to ask Bolton if he thinks it's possible this was an escape route.
It would not be a bad one. The back ledge of the stockade there heads to a pass in the mountains.
I will go scout, and I will run and jump over the wall.
Okay, so you jump up. Do you just jump on top of it, or do you clear it?
I jump up on top of it.
Okay, so you jump up on top. Go ahead and make a perception check from the top of the wall.
That's much better. That is a 17.
Okay. The as you're looking around the inner courtyard between the outer walls and the stockade itself, you don't see any movement there. You do see the flickering of torchlight coming from inside.
Okay, are there any windows I could go up and peer in?
They're very tiny, and they're all about 15 feet up the main stockade wall, but they're kind of like the small...
Arrow slit kind of thing?
Yeah.
Well, I'll climb up and look and listen.
Okay, so you kind of pulled yourself up and grab one, and you're looking through. Same perception check can fly for that. And through like the bars, you see there's flickering torchlight around. So the stockade is developed kind of like the panopticon. There's a circular structure, or mostly circular structure on the interior with a central column on the inside. You do notice that a large portion of the roof seems to be missing on the back wall. And there's some starlight and moonlight coming through this, and there's rubble on the ground. You don't see any people, but it's weird. You see the glint and shimmer of lots and lots of something shiny in the ground space, flying in the torchlight. It's kind of hard to see at the 30 feet away or so. It may be coins, maybe gems.
I slink over to the main gate and open it up.
Okay, yeah, it is a simple bar latch. You lift that up and kick the gate open. So all of you from your space see the outer gate come open 5 or 6 feet.
Okay.
Well, that simplifies things.
Was it this easy when Marlo and Jury first made their attempt?
No, it was heavily guarded when we were here.
So we'll go inside and have a look around.
Keep your eyes open for traps.
All right. So you all find yourself into the main courtyard. The large central gate structure or door structure for the entering the main stockade is there. When you get up to it, it is unlocked.
Can I search it for traps?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
15 plus investigation. 22.
There are 2 traps on this door.
There are 2 traps on this door.
One is magical, and the other is mundane. You immediately sense that the magical trap is there's a sigil that, with your arcane nature, you are able to see that it is activated by the opening of the door. And you're kind of tracing it around, and you immediately recognize symbolism of evocation magic. Then there's a wire trap that's built into the door as well. And you kind of trace the wires up to something above the door that would release when the door is open as well.
Okay. Can I try to disarm the wire trap first, I guess?
Yep, go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check with not with advantage, but I guess for you that's intelligence plus your proficiency.
I would like to help.
Okay. With advantage.
Sure. So that was a 12 and which one? It keeps rolling. 16 plus proficiency.
Yeah.
So that's 19.
Okay. You find the right kind of the fulcrum where the wire is tied, and you find where it's pinned in, and you release the pin trap and then cut the wire so that there's slack on it, and then you tie off the fulcrum so there's still tension so it doesn't release when you open the door.
Okay.
Impressive.
Now, thank you. Wipe my brow. This is very hurt locker here. I am going with Kaimana standing next to me. I'm going to point out the sigil. Mm-hmm. So if he has any input, if he could give me some help just to make sure.
Black is usually the ground wire.
Oh.
Do you need a dispel?
Ooh, do you have a dispel?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll step aside and let.
I look at Bolton and I'm like, "Can I play my dulcimer, sir?"
He hands you your dulcimer, but you notice that there's something on the dulcimer that wasn't there before.
Capo.
I hold off comment because I don't know if we're on a time limit or not, so just ignore it for now, and there'll be an angry conversation in a minute. I will do Dispel Magic on this.
Okay, let me just double check spell level. Roll a d20 and add your charisma bonus to it.
D20. That is 19 plus 8.
Nice, you needed a 15. So you kind of point out and you release the spell after playing off your dulcimer, and it kind of flies out to the thing, and you all watch as like the ward flashes for a moment like it's going to go off, and then slowly begins to unravel and then dissipate into the air with a sparkling like lightning bolt energy, like, and then it vanishes.
Well,
Nice work.
Nice.
Nice work. All right. Shall we head inside?
Mm-hmm.
We should try that every time.
All right. Anzel takes back. She's at the rear. What is your marching order heading into the building?
Kaimana's second.
Second.
I'll take point.
Okay, so Saurus, Kaimana, Bolton will go third.
I'll go somewhere in the middle, I think.
I'll stand next to Bolton.
All right.
Well, I guess I'm in the back.
With Anzel. Oh, there you go. All right, so you all kind of push the door open, and it's double doors, and they slide open, and you make your way in. And it's a very tall, imposing structure. It's about 60 feet or so high. And the first thing you do notice is that a large, like probably a third of the roof has been methodically destroyed. You can tell that like there's parts of it that have been held up so that the whole roof doesn't collapse, but a space that's probably about 50 or 60 feet, 50 feet wide or so has been broken out of the back part of the wall. And there is some rubble around. There's not enough rubble to match how much destruction has happened, so some of the rubble's been cleared out. You also notice that at the center point of the tower, the central tower point does not go all the way up to the roof, but that has also been kind of piecemealed down a little bit and is slightly uneven. The thing that all of you notice is that shining at the back area of this is a pile of gold, gems, random swords, armor, items that have been kind of stacked in this space.
All right, I'll let all of you make a dex save.
Oh God!
Oh, no.
Are you all making a dex save?
Grab Kaimana.
This is
We need to make
21.
27.
Okay. All right.
Because we know Kaimana.
So you know the noise Daffy Duck makes?
13. Wonder roll.
The woo, woo.
I think I beat
Yes.
everyone, so I think what happens is like we all start for it, and I just like
Slip.
I back, I fucking bolt up and just like grab an arm around your chest and be like,
You grab him by his backpack.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I wait
Yeah.
until later.
There are cells lining the walls. Most of the doors are open, and there's a central door at the center of the main tower that is currently closed. But they've left torches burning around the central area, so there is a dim kind of torchlight in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing screams trap like the pile of coin.
Yeah, Bolton.
Well, is that? Yeah,
Begins to
I'm like, is
investigate.
that stuff they stole from the citizens?
It looks like it.
But why
What
would
have
they
they done
take
to the
that
tower?
with them?
I don't know why they would destroy a perfectly good building and just take out the roof.
Griffin
Can I go-
Landing Zone.
Dragon
Can I
size.
go stealth ahead without permission from anyone?
Can you do what?
Can I go stealth away and then try to like
Yeah, sure.
see what's going on?
Yeah, go
but
ahead and
I'm
roll
not gonna,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
tell anyone.
Roll a
Oh,
stealth
yeah.
check. Pass Without Trace is still active, so you can attend to it.
Okay.
Does that include a Nancy?
Is it how many creatures does Pass Without a Trace hit, Kamana?
Good question. Hang on.
Because I think it's 6.
No fucking way. You aren't gonna believe me.
What did
Natural
you
20.
40.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I rolled a 19.
Marlowe's actually in Dimension 20's next campaign right now, so...
Did you like hand Kaimana off to one of this and then we turn around and you're just gone?
Yes. In the distraction of Kaimana, I ran away.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm just trying to go ahead and see what's going on to make sure there's nothing that like is meant to surprise us. If there's anything around, right? Because I'm waiting for us.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
It's just every creature within 30 feet of me.
Every creature? Okay, good. That works, yeah.
Investigation.
Yes.
16.
Okay. So, I mean, you see like this, you are kind of making a circle in the shadows, and this pile of gold, it's difficult to say like how long it's been there, but like clearly like they wouldn't have piles of gold in a prison, so this is a relatively new addition. Mm-hmm. You're investigating the central tower, and you do notice there's a window kind of on the second floor of the tower, and you can tell that there's a dim like pulsing red glow that you can just make out coming from that central tower piece.
Can I go closer?
Yeah, you go to you can either try to like scale the bricks, or you can go to the door, however you want to approach it.
I guess I'll try to scale the bricks.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check for me, please.
Do you have another
Never mind.
Do you have another spider climb thing, or do we eat all of them?
I don't remember. Let me check. This is a great question.
I feel like that would be relevant to what you would be thinking.
Yeah. Were there boots of spider climb? Who took those?
No, we had candies of spider climb.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I just didn't know if we ate all of them.
I think I had 3.
Okay.
So
I think I have 1 extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
That looks right from what I wrote. I wrote that I have 3, but I think that I never took out the 2 from the injury.
Yeah, we both.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So do you pop those?
Oh yeah, I pop it, dude.
You scale up. You get up to the window, kind of looking through, and looking into the tower. You can see that there probably used to be multiple floors of the tower, so that guards could stand and look at the cells on the outside walls. All of the floors have been taken out. So the glow that you're seeing is actually coming from the ground floor. It's just rising up into the window on the second floor. And what you're seeing on the ground floor is there are 2 people in this tower kind of huddled up against the back wall, in the glow of the thing. Not like soldiers standing waiting, like 2 people like in tattered clothes, like huddled up and laying or sitting there, not moving. But you see a device at the center of the tower, circular in nature. There are 2 orbs on either end of the device that are slowly glowing red. And you notice lines of quicksilver flowing between these 2 orbs. You've seen a very similar device to this before.
Inside
is this a soul cage?
No, you've seen it in the woods outside of Broadfield, when Marlowe was a wolf and they were summoning a demon portal.
Whoa! No! I'm gonna just whip around from where I am on the wall and go ground floor now, and then I'm going to go through the window.
The window is probably only like this wide.
Oh, but
I can fit through that. I can fit through that.
Okay. Saurus runs up the wall on another window and dives through.
I'm just gonna go to the ground floor.
Okay.
If I can't get through, if I really can't get through.
You run around to the door at the tower thing. It is locked.
Oh, I mean,
I can pick it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jordan. Make a stealth tool. So, Saurus, you dive through the window. Yeah, go ahead. You dive through. You land on the ground floor, and the portal's there, or the device is there. There are 2 people, and they immediately look up, and they're like, huh. One, you immediately recognize as the mayor of Feldspar, Yanel. And she's and she says, are you here to save us? They've been keeping us here for about a month. And then she kind of she looks over and she kind of gets the other one's attention, and he kind of wakes up. You're also here as well? Yes?
Insight check.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight. 24.
24. Yeah, no. There's something not quite right about either of them.
I was right. Yes.
Punch first, ask questions later.
Are you...
Okay. Hold that thought. From this device, are there anything connecting it to the front door?
No. It's just sitting in the center of the tower.
And both of them are odd.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm looking over my stuff real quick.
Saurus.
They're thinking of taking action, so Saurus, make an initiative check for me, please.
Oh no.
I like how Saurus is just like...
17. Yeah, I'm gonna punch first and act later. If there's nothing connecting to the door, so I'm not in, and they're not in, Marlowe's not in danger of blowing up the tower by opening the door.
So there's a moment where these two people begging for your help, you don't immediately respond. And as they begin to straighten and stand up, you go to punch at one. You roll the exact same initiative as the other. What is your dexterity bonus?
My dexterity bonus is +5.
Okay, so your punch goes off first. Which one are you punching?
The mayor.
The mayor. Okay. So you go to punch poor little Yanel in the face, and she was the one who rolled lower than you on initiative, so your attack will hit. So go ahead and what do you roll to hit?
14 plus 8, so 22.
Yep. Yeah, that hits.
All right. I do a grand total of 8 in damage, and I spend a key point to try and stunning strike.
Okay, that is a con save.
Yes.
15?
DC 13.
15. So did not stun. Yeah. But 8 points of damage. Okay. You punch, and she kind of like knocks to the side. Why would you hurt such a helpless woman?
And I hit her again.
Okay, punch again.
That is 13 plus 8.
That hits.
Little baby Saurus, you're doing it.
And that is 9 in damage.
Okay. All right. Then the second one's action goes off, and you hear this voice come from him. He's like this gruff-looking man, but the voice that comes from him is just like this silky, perfectly smooth, like gorgeously masculine voice. And it says, surely you wouldn't hurt the innocent, would you? You'd do so much better on our side. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I roll a natural 1.
Okay.
So that's a 5.
So you're going to punch again, like you're rearing up to punch this person, and then suddenly this energy washes over you, and you're just like, no, these are the people of Feldspar. They need your protection. And there are several evil people outside ready to kill them right now.
No.
As the two figures in front of you, their human, visages fade, and you see leathery bat wings sprout from their backs. One, a gorgeous woman, flowing locks of hair covering her body. The other one, this muscular, attractive man with darker skin and beautiful wings behind him. And they kind of circle around you, and they just say, You shall be our guardian in this fight, won't you then?
Stillness of mind.
That's true. Well,
use an action to end one effect on self.
That's
Charm
true.
Or fighting.
So as they're talking, the succubus, because her turn comes after yours, she vanishes. But the incubus is still standing there, and your mind clears.
I'm going to play dumb.
Okay.
To see what they're going to do.
All right.
And also to let the door open.
All right.
And get help in here.
Okay. As you're standing there playing dumb, he also fades. So then at this point, you guys have, what did you roll to open the door, Jordan?
What is a thief's tool check?
It's dexterity plus your proficiency if you are proficient.
Yeah, I'm proficient. Let's see.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I only rolled like an 8, so I'm like.
The door does not open.
Can I have taken it over by this point?
Yes, you
I
can.
also
You
have
can.
mutual proficiency?
Yes, you
I
can
did.
try
I was
as well.
like, you know what? It's a good day.
The reason Jordan fails is because Marlo pushes Jordan out of the way.
No, I don't do that.
No.
I just see them struggling.
Yeah.
It's
I put my
fine.
hands
You
on
know
top
what?
of yours and
No,
start.
I want you to do this. This is gonna be great. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you do it.
So this is dexterity plus proficiency.
Yep.
Yeah.
5 to 17. 20.
20. Yes, that opens. Sorry, I just read his charm effect. He would be aware. You don't know this. He would be aware that the charm is no longer effective on you.
Okay.
All right. So you guys open the door, and Soros is standing in the middle of the room. And that pulsing light, Mar, that you saw is getting brighter and faster. And then as the door kicks open, you see this flash of red light, and then a swirling portal opens in the air right behind Soros. What are y'all doing?
There's an incubus and succubus.
Josh.
They're invisible.
Josh, Jace cannot remember how we closed the portal before, but Mar for sure would.
It had to be destroyed. Hottie crunched it in her teeth.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and start banging on it with my sword.
Okay, so go ahead. You go ahead and make just a damage roll on it with your sword.
Okay. Can I have? I'm sorry. Can I have backtracked and said that I would have had the lightning on my sword?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Going through this place. Thank you.
Do you have sneak attack yet?
I sure do, but I don't know if I get that on inanimate objects.
Oh, I don't know how.
No,
I don't think I can.
I think it says
survive.
creature. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. Is this right? So just like one hit.
Yeah.
And see how this goes. Okay. 14.
14. Okay. Yep. So you crash down at the center, and you crack some of the metal at the centerpiece. But there is the kind of the sound that's going up above you of something about to approach through the portal. If you,
I'm gonna keep hitting it if I can.
again.
Okay, so this is bad, and can we use magic on this?
All right,
I'm
so let's go ahead and with
Yep.
their action happening, we'll roll initiative and see what the beginning pieces of this will look like before we pick up next time. Yeah.
Oh, I rolled well. It is a good day for me.
Oh my god.
Your initiative roll will still stand, Soros, because that was just like the first round. All right, so anybody 25 to 20?
25.
Okay, Mar, good. And then Soros was 18, I think, did you say?
17.
17. Anybody?
I got an 18.
Okay, so then Juridan, then Soros. Okay. Anybody 15 to 10?
I got 12.
Oh, okay, 12. So that's, let me roll this initiative. All right. What's your dexterity modifier, Kamana?
It is a +4.
Okay. All right.
I never do good on initiative. This is exciting.
All right. And then that leaves Abel with
I got 8.
8. Okay, good. All right, so Marlo, you crack down. Jurden, what do you want to do with your action?
I'm gonna cast Shatter on it.
Nice.
Okay, everybody who is in the room with you.
Worth it.
Roll. So Saurus,
no regret.
Saurus and Marlo roll dexterity saving throws.
I'm gonna cast this at 3rd level.
How big is Shatter?
21.
It's a 10-foot spear, so it's all of us.
22.
22. Okay, so Saurus takes no damage. Marlo takes half damage. Go ahead and roll your damage.
On a 22?
I think it's half damage on a successful save.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled-
Saurus takes no damage because of
Right. I
evasion.
forgot that I don't have evasion
Yeah.
yet. But I will soon.
I rolled 12.
12.
damage.
Okay.
Not super high.
12 points of damage. All right, so you release, and the the 2 orbs at the end kind of crack and shatter, and you can see like the power that's in the thing begins to sputter. But immediately after your go is initiative count 20, which is when the first creature comes out of the portal just as it's collapsing around you. And you see this fairly tall, probably taller than any of you, creature with reddish skin, leathery straps all around its arms and legs and across its chest, and wearing a veil made of chains across its face, hiding, and then just reddish eyes. And just from its wrists, there are bolts. And from that, you can see chains dangling off of its wrists as it charges out of the portal, as this demon, or not demon, this is a devil, makes its appearance into the space. And that's where we'll pick up next week. Or next time.
Whoa.
Can you just describe, like, what are they call the Cenobites or whatever from the Hell?
Chain devils are very, very similar to Cenobites.
By the way, Josh, I did yell out about invisible incubus and succubus.
Would Saurus know what an incubus and a succubus are?
Well, demons, devils.
Yeah, he could have yelled that.
invisible.
Yeah, he could have yelled that for sure. Yeah.
Sexy devil people.
Yep. All right. So we'll pick up there next week with Incubus, Succubus, and Chain Devil battle in the stockade, which they did leave as a trap for you. It was Marlo knew all along.
I thought it seemed like
Everybody was clowning me about this. I fucking knew.
The legal.
No,
I thought the trap was the first mare that you found.
Mm-mm.
I was like,
no, that was the real mare.
No, because that would mean that Vox Populi was not correct in their information and manipulating the Riskbreakers. And that's what they did.
oh,
I think they knew this was a trap. And
Interesting.
I think that's what they did.
Set up Bolton to get fucked. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why wouldn't they have
Anyway.
won?
That's a power move.
Glory,
Yeah.
though.
That's what Yorian was saying when we were about to go in the room. He's like, I think we should make our move on the stockade today. That's literally what y'all overheard.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was like not really thrilled that we found the mayor, and he didn't want to be associated with that information. And all he had to do was be like, damn, my information was wrong. I guess they set a trap for us. Instead of being like, haha, no, oh my god, what could have happened?
Anyway,
Yorian did this to himself, and I did nothing wrong.
well, he didn't set the trap, but he knew about the trap.
Yeah.
And he just didn't say anything.
Yeah, he's got to be
he
better at the
manipulated it.
espionage thing if he's going to be a
Manipulated
double
it.
agent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be anything for a while. R.I.P. As a matter of
Yes.
fact. No, not like that.
I apologize in
Jail.
advance for all the wisdom saving throws that are coming at you in this fight. I just realized that and Chain Devils have a wisdom saving throw ability as well.
Oh my god, I got nothing to wisdom.
I know, right? I'm just going to have to muscle through those because just do a lot of AoE
Anyway,
stuff.
good thing we got those extra hit points, guys.
Yeah, but Saurus is now immune to any charm effect from the Incubus or Succubus.
So let's keep the rest of us on track.
it does take an action, so if they can do it to me, and it will
Yeah, so
take some of my offense out.
If you just keep it in mind, because I might forget between now and next week, but if I were to target you with the incubus, you can call it as a wasted action because you already succeed. He already knows. Yeah. So, but it'd be a wasted action on my part. But if the succubus targets you, then you could still potentially be charmed by her.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll show you guys just the map. So, and I'm going to go ahead and set it up. So that
I'm just waiting for this tower to come on top of us.
No, don't say that.
With that shatter spell, I can just see it just.
Oh Lord.
Boom. Like a Jenga.
Y'all do not want me to start failing wisdom saving throws on you.
All right. So.
Oh no, I really don't want that.
I know that like Marlo is inside the central area.
Oh, a small room. Okay.
Oh, that's not Marlo.
That's why. That's why you guys took damage.
So Marlo is inside the central area with Saurus. Jordan was like at the door.
Yeah, because I cast Shatter.
To cast Shatter. The last time you saw the incubus and the succubus, they were in the room, but then they vanished, so you don't know where they are. So they're somewhere in this space.
Question: Is the roof open to the central tower?
Yes. So they're
okay. So they could have flown out.
It goes all the way out. Yeah, and they can go ethereal, so it doesn't. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. And now, so Abel, you were out in the main area somewhere. Where would you like to be?
Just somewhere behind. That's fine. That's great.
Okay. Bolton was analyzing the gold pile, and Zell was standing watch. And Kaimana, where would you have been?
I would be pretty close to the door, honestly.
Okay, you can be over with with Anzel over here. All right, and then the Chain Devil is in the center piece there with Marlo and Saurus, and it is his go when we come back because he rolled 20. All right.
All right.
So we'll pick up there next week.